Your boy, Lich Max.
It is I, the Maize Madman. Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maize Madman. I'm here with my guy,
the Maniac,
and of course,
your boy, Lich Max.
No doubt. And we are here to talk some Michigan football and basketball, actually. But first things first, shout out to my guy, Ronald Embry, who's here. Shout out to Ron. Also, Moose is in the building. Shout out to Moose.
Moose.
Gentlemen, first things first, man. How y'all feeling tonight?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great. You already know, man, especially that I had today off. So it was a nice 3-day weekend. I'm off on weekends, and I had today off. So it's good, man. I feel that the U.S. should implement 3 days off, man. A 4-day work week. If it was up to me, look, I work Monday through Friday. No, Tuesday to Friday, 10-hour shifts. And give me Saturday, Sunday, Monday off.
Absolutely. I'm with that. 1,000%. We definitely need 4-day work weeks. Let's make it happen. That said, Lich, how you feeling? I know you working. Lich is working.
Yeah,
he don't get
every day.
off.
Yeah, no. Truck drivers don't get days off like y'all. Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good about how Michigan's shaping up this season. Especially that basketball and the football program. Both looking real good. Obviously, we know the basketball program's looking good, but that football program, that's where it's at, in my opinion. We're coming back up from where we were.
No doubt. Shout out to Slade, who's in here, Alan Barnes, Tree Dog, who's also in here. Speaking of Tree Dog, who is in here, everybody should join the Triple M Discord. That link is in the description. Join there. Tree Dogs in there, Maniacs in there, Lich is in there, I'm in there. It's a good time for Michigan fans. Be sure to join the Triple M Discord. That said, let's get right to it, fellas. Wolverines hot boxing in the locker room. I'm not sure if anybody or everybody has seen this footage, but there is whether it happened recently or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't know. But it looks like Wolverines are hotboxing in a locker. Talk to me, Maniac. What'd you think?
Yeah. I'm gonna go on a little rant here. So just be patient, my guy. So listen, obviously, who is the source, Maize?
It looks like it's Buckeye Scoop.
Oh, so you're talking about the hypocrites of all hypocrites, Buckeye Scoop. And now listen, I get it. They're an Ohio State podcast. You want to troll your fan base, but Buckeye Scoop has a very, very weird obsession with Michigan. It needs to be studied, actually, because their obsession with Michigan is just something I've never seen. Like anything Michigan does, it's like breaking news to them. And they'll speak about it for like 4 days straight and do like 15 episodes. And they'll call Justin Spiro and he'll be on there and he'll just repeating old information he has. It just it's ridiculous. Now, I don't like them. Honestly, I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to do that today. I'm in a very good mood. But if you're looking at the video, all right, I know we spoke about this, Maize. Yes, I think the worst part is that it's going down in the locker room, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you do not see no one with a blunt in their hand, no marijuana in their hand. But we're not stupid. We can read between the lines. The bottom line is this. Okay, this video surfaced. Now what? What's the point? Just to say, oh, look at a program. This is the kind of program they are. But yet, Jeffrey Epstein is associated with Ohio State. He was given he was paying a GYN thousands of dollars. Why? Because I'm not going to get into it. Let me not get into it, but if you could read between the lines, one of their bigger donors, Lexner, whatever his name is, associated with Epstein, a former player, just committed murder. One of their professors.
Well, he's
just
hold on. Just to clear that, he's been accused of
all right, accused.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry. And a professor just assaulted, a professor at Ohio State just assaulted a cameraman. But they don't speak about none of that. Because if that was all Michigan related, forget about it. They'll have content until the football season because they wouldn't let it go. So the point is, I'm just tired of the hypocrisy from especially Ohio State fans, but definitely Buckeye Scoop. That is a nothing burger. These guys hot boxing. Okay, every single, and I'm going to repeat, gentlemen and people in the chat, every single program has players that smoke marijuana. I could bet my life on it. That's how sure I'm. It's only a problem because it's Michigan players and it was in the locker room. Now, I understand that was right before a game. Then it's like, come on, guys, what are we doing? These guys look like after practice being teenagers. It is what it is. It's nothing. I'm tired of it. Ohio State is just a fan base from hell. I'm sorry.
Look, before we go any further, if you got a wrench by your name, we expect that you have already liked and shared this video with your social media and all of that. If not, do so or give us your wrench back. You know how we work around here. That said, hey, I can't disagree with anything the Maniac said, right? First of all, there's no timestamp. We don't know when this took place. If it was before a game or not, whatever. It being in the locker room does make it look, suspect. Also, like he pointed out, we don't know what the smoke is, right? It could be an electrical issue. Who knows?
Dry ice.
Dry ice. I brought that up the other day, right? It could be anything. Maybe it's a sauna. We don't know if that doubles as a sauna. Who knows with the technology? Maybe that's a sauna. I don't know, but what I do know is that we don't know what exactly it is, right? That's the only thing we know for sure. Lich Max, talk to us.
And it's even if it was, it's legal in Michigan now, so it's not like they were breaking any laws regardless. Like, it's perfectly legal to smoke that in Michigan, so it's not. I don't see why it's even a problem. Like, I get it being in the locker room, that could be seen as an issue to like the administration. But as for like legal ramifications, there are none. They didn't break any laws. They may have broken school rules, but not laws. And if it was before a game, then that would explain last season.
That's a fact. That's a fact. By the way, if it took place at any time last season, that explains last season. It also explains the lack of control or the level of control or lack thereof, rather.
Yeah, or
and
the lack of hands of some of the receivers.
Well,
ball was coming in slow motion. They couldn't see it. They couldn't get it there fast enough.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it is ridiculous that Ohio will take that the Ohio State media team will take something as nothing burger as that and then try to turn it into a whole off-season content farm, like Maniac said. Like when we hear about the stuff like what Maize had said that has been going down at Ohio and their former players and their staff, you don't see us turning that into a whole off-season content farm.
Correct.
Like we mention it like we are now. Maize Out Mondays, mention it, move on, because we are Michigan. We're better than them.
Yeah.
It would have been so easy, like Maniac pointed out, for us to sit here with. There's plenty of content based off of just their off season, right? The player Deron Lee, I believe is his name, has been accused of first-degree murder. He was arrested for first-degree murder. There's Wexner and everything that's going on there, the ties to Jeffrey Epstein, all of that. The professor who tackled media personnel. All of these things like that could be talked about that we are choosing not to talk about because honestly, it does not matter to it. Well, let me not say it doesn't matter. It definitely matters, especially depending on what we're talking about. But it's not the crux of what we like to do here, right? This is a Michigan content channel. We focus almost solely on Michigan football right now, but definitely not in our wheelhouse to go at them in that way. But you
Correct.
see that there are others, the Buckeye Scoops of the world who are just obsessed with Michigan. Period.
I mean, who would have thought that you could go to a Buckeye channel and still get Michigan content over there?
Yeah, no, because they know
Crazy.
it drives. The thing is, Lich, it drives their numbers. Buckeye Scoop was built off Michigan's whole alleged sign stealing allegation. They built their channel off of that. They spoke about it 20 times a week until the verdict was handed down, and they still can't get over Michigan. So it just is cringe, bro. It's like Maize said, we'll bring it up, like you said too, Lich. We'll bring things up, but we'll let it go. This episode is not Darren Lee, Ohio State murderer. Like, why would we do that? We're here for Michigan football. That's it. We'll bring it up. We keep it moving, but dumb, no. And then to make it like, okay, again, I'm just thinking, not even being a Michigan fan, if I'm watching that, I'm like, okay, what is it that we're trying to do here? There's nothing there. So why the NCAA? Now I was gonna say we're gonna vacate those wins, guys. Like, this is just stupid. But
like we vacated our own wins.
Yeah, OSU fans are gonna. A lot of OSU fans are gonna. Their cult following is gonna eat that up. But I know there's a lot of OSU fans just looking at them like, yo, y'all bozos for real. But it is what it is.
And to be clear, whenever Maniacs mentions the guy who was accused of murder, we are imply an allegedly before and any time he says that.
Absolutely, 1000%. Allegedly. So here we go. Moving on from that, though, gentlemen.
Yeah.
This took place, I believe, while we were live last week. Michigan officially hired Larry Black to be the new defensive tackles coach. He comes from Vanderbilt, where he was the co-defensive coordinator along with the defensive line coach. He spent 3 years in Vanderbilt, graduated from Indiana. Talk to me about this one, Lich. What's your take on Larry Black in Michigan?
I mean, if you look at his body of work, his most recent one coming from Vanderbilt, they had a solid defensive line last season. Like, they did give up some yards, but it wasn't atrocious, to say the least. So having him here at Michigan at a bigger program, a better program, in my opinion, I think it could be stated as a fact that we are the better program. But I don't want to hurt the feelings of any Vandy fans we might have watching, if we have any. But Michigan is technically the better program. So him being at this better program with the better resources that we have here, regardless, with the better resources we have here, it's going to be great to see what he does with our defensive line. And I can't wait to see that line after he's had a chance to really coach them up and prepare them for the season. I think we'll probably get to see the first taste of that at the spring game, if I'm not wrong.
Right. Yeah, 1000%.
So that'll be a good test for them to see what we're going to be looking at coming into the season. Granted, sometimes you can take spring games with a grain of salt, but it is a good look at what we're going to have to look forward to coming into this next season.
Definitely take the spring game with a grain of salt. Now, that said, bro, we were at the last spring game, Maniac, and that should have been that was like a precursor for what the season was going to be for us. Maniac, talk to me though about Larry Black.
Yeah, man, Larry Black, I think this is a good hire. I can't say excellent until we see results on the field, but it's good. Like Lynch mentioned, Vanderbilt arguably had one of their best defensive seasons in program history. He was not, like you mentioned, he was not only the defensive line coach, but he was co-defensive coordinator. So there was a lot of trust in this guy. He's coming in with a lot of football knowledge, and he's going to come under an elite coaching staff. So, and he was coaching at an elite conference in the SEC. So, competition is nothing for him. Coming into the Big Ten, which we know it's a constant argument who's better, SEC, Big Ten. But the bottom line is we got a good coach. I think he's going to contribute, and it's not all on him. He's coming in specifically to coach the DTs because we already have a coach for the DNs. So the whole weight doesn't fall on him. And I think Coach Witt, you know, this is a good hire in a short time, man. We just lost Luis Esposito in less than a week. We already had his replacement. So shout to Witt and staff, and I'm excited to see what Black does at Michigan.
Yeah. I agree with that 1,000%. I'm excited to see what Black does here at Michigan too. By the way, what Black does at Michigan is crazy. It's crazy sounding.
That's what got me getting
especially we saw what Black did. Never mind. What Larry Black does at Michigan is what we're talking about, though. But that said, I'm excited to see it. One of the things that I like that Coach Witt is doing is, you know, kind of doubling up on those position groups, right? So Larry Black is just going to be the defensive tackle coach, where there's another guy that's the edge coach whose name I is escaping me immediately, but we'll get that in a second. Going to be the edge coach. So either way, I expect there to be some, you know, mixing, some intermingling there in terms of those two guys and what they expect and the expectation for both groups, whether it be the defensive tackles, defensive ends. Heck, I'm sure that there's going to be some players that play both of those positions, right? A guy like Nate Marshall can definitely play either or of those positions. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But I think this is a good hire overall. It's not a lot of information and tape out on Larry Black. You know, obviously Vanderbilt had more success last year than maybe ever in their school history. You know what I mean? Over the last couple seasons, they've enjoyed some success. So, you know, he was a part of that. So that's one thing to hang your hat on. But we'll see. We'll obviously have more information when the spring game rolls around. We get more information to download, so it'll be great. That said, let's move on. Before we move on, though, go ahead. If anybody got something to add.
I was gonna. After you go, I got something. It's
all right. No, I just want to say, and it's crucial because one of the biggest question marks defensively we have coming into next season is our D-line, right? We did kind of wanted to see maybe another one or two players from the portal come in. I think we have a solid D-line. I don't know if we can be elite. We probably can, but having these coaches are going to help, man. If he is what I think he is, then I think we should be fine.
And I was just going to say, if you are here and you want your message to be read, send in the form of a super chat. Because that way you can get Maize to say things he normally wouldn't say. If you pay enough money, he'll say it. And also, make sure you become a member. Becoming a member is the best way to support the channel. If you haven't become a member yet, make sure you do it, like right now.
There you go. A little intermission from Lich Max. Speaking of intermission.
Yo, this Dre Fame. I'm rocking with the Maize Madman. Y'all got to follow him and tune in. If y'all don't, I'm upset.
Yeah,
my guy Dre Fame.
We definitely running into him in the spring game. I know he's going to be out there.
Definitely. By the way, we got that at the last spring game. But certainly. All right, let's do this.
New one. We gotta get a new one this year.
Yeah,
1,000%. Michigan basketball, gentlemen, #1 for the first time since 2013. That's 13 years, almost exactly 13 years ago. I believe they were #1 in January of 2013. Lich, what you got for this?
So, obviously, I'm not a huge basketball watcher. I'm not a connoisseur of basketball. But regardless, anytime Michigan's #1 is always great for Michigan, whether it be in basketball, volleyball, baseball, lacrosse. If we do that, football, Michigan needs to be #1 at everything. 'Cause we are Michigan. We are the victors. We are the champions. That's what we do. We win.
Period.
And I will be honest. When I first read that, I thought maybe the AP poll was released and Michigan was ranked #1 coming into this next season. I was like, sweet. But I feel like if that happened, we would have had an emergency session.
Oh, absolutely, 1000%. Maniac, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, is not a Michigan. Let me not say not a Michigan basketball fan, but they're not his #1 college team. In fact, his college team, Michigan, will play a little later in the week, and that is Duke. But Maniac, talk to us.
Yeah. For those that don't know, I'm a Duke fan in basketball, but I do like Michigan basketball as well. I always root for them. I always did. Like I said, from the Fab Five and on, I always liked Michigan basketball. Not just when they playing Duke. But like I've watched the top teams closely. Michigan is a scary team, and the reason why is that they can score on no matter where from the field, right? They got shooters, they got guys they could drive to the basket, they got guys that could play with their back to the basket, they got length, they rebound. I mean, they just a juggernaut right now. And on top of that, the guy running that, Dusty May, man, he's proven himself to be an elite coach, man. So, yes, Saturday we do play Michigan. And I think honestly for either team, I really don't think it matters much. It's more of a bragging rights. If we win, it's like, okay, we beat Michigan, good. Because guess what? We might have to see them in the tournament. And if they beat us there, then us beating them Saturday don't mean nothing. But it's a scary team, bottom line. I think Arizona and Michigan are the two best teams, like 1 and 2, if I had to do it, because they're very similar on how they play and very similar on their personnel. So, I love NCAA basketball, especially March Madness. I think it's going to be a hell of a tournament. And, shout to Michigan. They deserve this. And I like it because they represent in the university, right? Michigan is also showing, listen, we just don't do football like other schools, right? And y'all know who I'm talking about. So if it ain't Duke, I hope Michigan wins it all.
Absolutely. So I was corrected. My guy Mike Legend said the Duke game is Monday. That's my fault. But they do have a big one tomorrow, #7 Purdue. Speaking of the big one tomorrow in #7 Purdue, there was a little bit of controversy when current Michigan player Yaxiel had this to say about Purdue. Let's share it here.
Like Purdue. When we see Purdue, we're gonna face they fucking ass, beat they fucking ass. Fuck Purdue, fuck you, and fuck you like Purdue.
Fuck you, whoever likes Purdue is crazy. What y'all think about that? Do you like that? What's up?
Yeah. No, and I think you gotta listen, we in the social media era. You can't hide nothing anymore. He's just being vocal. He's not like, I want to kill those players. He's talking smack. What do you think they saying on the court to each other, gentlemen? Hi, do you want to go to Chick-fil-A after the game? No. They're like, they're saying some brutal stuff to each other. So look, it is what it is. Now though, you gotta go back that up. You know how it works, right? Because if not, it comes back to bite you. But I'm okay with it.
That is the double-edged sword of talking smack. Is if you don't win that game, you look like an asshole because you just talked all that, you raised all that smoke just to get it handed right back to you. Like that's granted. If you win, then it sticks. It sticks. You talk smack, you backed it up, you won the game. But if you lose, it's not gonna look good for you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I grew up, similar to Maniac in terms of we grew up in inner cities, right? Where you go to the basketball court, everybody's talking crazy. The dude who I beat 30 straight times is still talking to me like I'm the worst player ever. Like he's about to dunk on me and my mother. You know, it doesn't matter, right? Like, so it's just part of basketball culture, really. It's just a culture in you know, kind of a at large, right? So I get it from that perspective, but you're right, Lich. You know, we are now in a situation, you are now in a situation where this is on the mainstream, right? It's everybody is consuming this social media. So whatever you say, and then you go out there and let's say Purdue, not only does Purdue not lose, but Purdue does exactly what he's talking about doing to Purdue in that video, then he's looking crazy. So I gotta, you know, we'll give it up to that. But also I like the fact that he's willing to step out there and say, hey, we aren't looking to lose to Purdue. And in fact, we looking to put a beat down on them. Maniac, what say you?
Yeah. There, I believe Purdue coming into the season was the preseason #1 team. Now they're top 10. You know, the Big Ten. Don't get me wrong, man. It's tough this year. So, you know, every almost every game is a fist fight. You got Nebraska that's good. Look, and Michigan lost to Wisconsin of all teams at home. Right, but it's basketball is going to happen. But they have the most wins versus quad one team, so they're elite when it's time to play the big boys. But I love it. I love it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. There was no disrespect. He didn't, you know, call out a particular play and disrespect him. Even if he did and say, "Yo, I'm going to give you this work," it would have been like, okay, like we said, it's about backing it up. But I love it,
Yeah.
man. And Michigan is in a place where I think they could be, I'm not going to say run the table for years to come, but they could be a team competing for natties for years to come. Because Dusty Maize a hell of a coach. Michigan got the funds and players want to come. So
Absolutely.
they're in good hands. Michigan basketball futures in good hands.
No doubt. Shout out. I see my guy Johnny Oden Jr. is in the chat. Shout out to Johnny. Speaking of that, there will be a meet and greet with the Michigan Avengers during the spring game, the Friday before the spring game. Come out. We are at the Stadium House, which is located right across the street from Michigan Stadium. It's a good time. We were there last year. We had a great time last year. If you were there, if you know, you know. Shout out my guy DK, who's also here. He stopped by. We saw Tree Dog at the game. We saw Troy who at the game. Everybody was at the game. Juju. It was a good time. And some of them actually came to the Stadium House. You can come to the stadium and kick it with your guys. By the way, there is also special opportunity for a couple lucky fans to join us at the Stadium House for the stay. By the way, you'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, though. You got to get your things and get up out of there because we all do. But you can be there with us, enjoy the festivities with your guys, the Michigan Avengers. That's myself, the Maniac, Johnny Oden Jr., and all the guys over at Voice of College Football. We will be there live. Also, let us know if you're interested. We can we'll tell you how you can, you know, apply for that. That said, this is also a good time for me to say this. My guy, Kinetic, former co-host right here on Maize Out Sports, what used to be the Maize Madman channel, is going through a rough time. He is really close to his arbitration date. However, the bills still need to be paid. The lights still need to stay on. Do whatever you can, if you can, to help Kinetic keep the lights on for he and his mother, who both have serious medical conditions and ailments. Lich, I don't know if you can grab that link. We can share it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Please do that.
I will add on also, if you can, like, if you have any questions.
Okay. Looks like we lost somebody snatched Lich in the mid
Damn.
speed. I don't know what's
I'm
going
back. I'm back.
All
All
right, there
right.
you go.
All right. Yeah, I don't know why it does that whenever I switch screens, but yeah. If you have any questions for him regarding his what he's got going on, the GoFundMe doesn't answer. I put it in the chat, by the way. But if that the GoFundMe doesn't answer, feel free to reach out to him on any of his platforms. It's Kinetic615 on all platforms. He said he's more than happy to answer any questions y'all have regarding what he's got going. Or if you don't want to give GoFundMe a cut and just want to send it directly to him, he's also willing to give you his Cash App or whatever form of payment y'all do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Shout out to G Boulder, bro. Bro been missing. Just popped up randomly in the chat. Shout out to my guy G, who was also at the Stadium House, ladies and gentlemen. So it's real. You can be at the Stadium House too.
And
Yeah,
that link that Maize just posted, that's his GoFundMe.
Yeah. And again, just to piggyback what Maze said. There's opportunity, man. You want to roll with us? There's gonna be some players Friday night in the crib.
Yes, sir.
Either special invite, you could come meet and greet, or even better, you can stay with us. Like, you already know what kind of vibe is gonna be. I'm gonna go on maniac mode. So make sure y'all there, man. Do not blow the opportunity.
This is
If I
a good
remember
question,
correctly,
Moose.
I think Johnny said first rounds on him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Johnny. By the way, Friday, it's gonna be a good time, man. The Friday before meet and greet, we doing dinner. I'm talking about good dinner. We did this last year. This is where we met. Wink. We burnt that picture. It's no longer in the archives.
The chat house.
They didn't actually meet Wink. That didn't actually happen.
Right. No, you're right. Wink lied to us at the Chop House. He told us this thing was going, you know, what he had to say about the defense last year. Lied right to our face at the Chop House. But shout out to the people at the good people at the Chop House. Shout out to my guy, Mike Legend. If you know, you know. That said, let's move on. Gentlemen, actually, was that our last? No, it's not our last thing. Here we go.
We got that.
Preseason position group grade, and we're talking running backs, people. We're gonna do this one position group a week heading into the spring game. Let's start right here. Running backs. This was another one that the Maniac came up with. Let's start with you though. Running backs. Right. What grade do you give Michigan running backs preseason?
Preseason. I mean, we lost Haynes, I believe. So
yes.
we got Hyder, we got Kaipana, we got Marshall. I think we're looking good. Overall. I mean, I think we're definitely going to miss Haynes' experience back there, but I think Marshall did a really good job filling in for most of the year for him last season, and I think we're only going to see improvements coming into this season. And whoever ends up making running back 2, if we don't already know, I haven't checked, so if they have, let me know. But whoever ends up making RB2, they got to be able to keep up with Marshall, because if Marshall goes down, they're stepping up, and we got to make sure they're ready. So whoever ends up being, like, hopefully they are ready for carrying the team if anything happens to Marshall. But as for a grade, I'm going to go ahead and give us a B+ for running back. Like, yes, I would even go so far as to say it's on the edge of A-, because yes, we did get a great class. We do have great running backs. I still think there's room for improvement to get us to even more, to get us to that elite level. I think we're right there. If we would have gotten a couple extra pieces, we would have, or if we would have got a couple extra pieces, I think we would have been had one of the best running back class rooms in the country. But I'm gonna have to say overall, give us a B+, low A-.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Okay.
By the way, we the chat, you guys can chime in and vote on this too. What grade would you give Michigan running backs preseason? Maniac, go ahead.
Yeah, man. We lost to the portal, of course. Talented freshman Jasper Parker, who's a friend of the show, man. Unfortunately, he left. We all know Justin Hayes. He went to Georgia Tech for the money. Can't blame him. I'm not mad at none of these kids. Um, so that just pretty much left us with Jordan Marshall, incoming freshman, Xavier Hyder, Michael Capana, and Dog withdrew his name from the portal and is returning to Michigan, which is good news. And we also, I think we got another freshman running back coming in. So I mean, right now, the running back room looks good. If Hyder's everything we expect him to be, and he's contributing as a true freshman, then this is easily an A. I'll give the and Kuzdo has a lot of experience. I think he'll be running back 3. Hopefully, Kapana could push for that, but it's going to be tough. Injuries have been hindering him so far at Michigan, and that sucks because the kid is talented, man. I like him, and we know his pops is a good friend of ours as well. So, with that being said, right now I gotta give. I'm gonna go like with Lich. I'm gonna go about B plus, B minus at the moment, man. I just hope we can stay healthy, man. If we can stay healthy, I think this running back room is gonna do a lot of damage this year.
Yeah. I think the B plus is the safest route. And maybe even the best, because I do like Jordan Marshall. I think he can be one of the best running backs in the country this season. Savion Hyder, if he is what they say he is, if he is what the tape says he is in college, look out for the rest of the country. And this easily goes up to an A if he turns out to be who we think he is. That said, when you get past Hyder, it's Kuzda, and then you got Micah Kapana right there. One of those guys might end up being running back 2, RB2, right? Depending on how Hyder looks this spring, how he looks, coming into the season. It could easily be one of those guys. In terms of explosiveness, I think it's no question that Kapana is the more explosive of the two.
Yes.
But Kuzdal runs hard. We saw him last spring game. He popped last spring game, right? He was somebody that we came back to the stadium house talking about was Kuzdal. Like, I was like, oh, who is number whatever that was, 25, 27, right? So he's a guy that popped last spring game and kind of carried that momentum into the season. We saw him go over 100 yards against Maryland. I mean, he's a hard runner, but it's more than just about running hard. It's about I think this is where him being a walk-on shows sometimes, is the seeing holes and before they happen, kind of anticipating those. Chill out, Lich. Pause. But that sort of thing is where I think he can improve upon, and that's where it kind of shows. But we didn't talk about Donovan Johnson, who came in that same class as Jasper Parker. He was a talented guy that suffered a knee injury in high school at IMG. Maybe he can make some noise, but those are the guys I think really that are out, that would make some noise. The ones that we just talked about, and I think I'll go with the B plus just to be safe right now. But this could easily be an A for me if Savion Hyder is who we think he is. We just got the one, the only Asian Posh joining the chat. She's been a member for 14 months, ladies and gentlemen. You should become a member if you're not. That said, what do you guys think about that? B plus around for everybody?
Yeah, I think we all agree.
Sounds good. I think if we keep, I think where is it? Like what Smash the Numbers said here. Grade A. I think it was him. It wasn't him. Let me find it. Somebody said grade A if we keep Hyder, or not Hyder. We keep in Hyder. If we kept Haynes, it would have been a definite A.
Yeah.
But without it, I think for
Moose
sure.
said that.
Yeah, it was Moose. I just can't find it now.
Yeah.
It was
But
actually those actually smashed the numbers.
it was smashed the number. I thought it was him.
Yeah. He says grade equals A. Got to give Hyder some room to grow. Remember, we got to keep recruiting him every year to stay with the team. And I'm glad he brought that up. That is
Oh,
also a very good
yeah.
point. As you
Yeah,
know, I think Hyder's the reason I think Hyder is fine in this instance because if Marshall is gonna have the season we expect him to have, then it's easy. I believe he's gonna go pro, and that will automatically make Hyder RB1. And it's like, why would you leave, right? But
right.
if he's the freshman we expect him to be, guess what? Other teams they coming. Hey, Bagman, why play? Come over here. We'll give you more. We saw what Bo Jackson did with Ohio State after his season. He was like, yo, y'all gotta pay me.
Yeah, he helped the
Pay me.
monsters.
Yeah, he did. And what they did, they had no choice. So
Yeah.
that is a good point. I forgot his name. But that's
Smash the
definitely
numbers.
smash the numbers. That's certain players we're gonna have to recruit them every year, even though they on the team, just to make sure
Absolutely.
they stay put. So, but that's
Bugsy,
just how it is.
these are my sentiments exactly. If Michael or Donovan take a step, it could be the best room in college football, honestly.
Yeah,
Mike
for
Agreed.
sure.
Campana takes a step along with Jordan Marshall, Sabian Hyder. I think this is the best room in America. Obviously, Donovan Johnson, in terms of being a complete back, bro, he's built to go right now.
Yeah.
If he's over that injury, so he's somebody that I'm gonna keep an eye on. But you're right, man. This room is very talented. Tony Alford. I'm very happy that we were able to keep Tony Alford. He's an excellent running backs coach. It's a shame that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus treated him the way that they did. But you know what? He came to us, and
You
that's
know,
what matters.
I, w-
Go ahead, Litch.
I will say one good mark on our running back room is the fact that it is so stacked that we pulled a back from Oklahoma and we transitioned him to linebacker instead.
I thought he was playing safety, right?
I thought it was linebacker. Either way,
Okay. By the way, we didn't even talk about him, and that's Taylor Tatum.
yeah, Taylor
No,
Tatum.
safety.
Safety. We
that's
pulled
why.
we
But
pulled a running
but I
back
think
from Oklahoma and transitioned him to safety.
He could still
Which-
do some time at running back.
yeah.
Right,
So
if he wanted to.
I think if he's gonna play safety, he's gonna be one of those break in case of emergency kind of running back. You know, if
Right.
things get, it's like, yo, we're gonna need you at running back. Because you just saw last season, man, it was hard to stay healthy. I mean, thank goodness Bryce was healthy the whole season, but every other position we were plagued by injuries here and there. So especially at running back. You know, what could have been if Hayes and Marshall was 100% going into the Ohio State game? I'm not saying we beat them, but I'm saying that it's definitely not 27-9. So
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean we saw that first run. Like if Marshall was in the whole game, that would have been a totally different game.
in 2 possessions, Marshall has 61 yards rushing, and then got
Right.
he re-aggravated his injury, and he couldn't, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Gentlemen, we have gone through our topics. We've come to that time in the show where we got to remind y'all, join the Triple M Discord.
Oh, just real quick. Former Michigan great who I grew up, he was one of the first, not the first running backs I fell in love with Michigan. Tyrone Wheatley has taken the running backs coach position at Illinois. So we don't play them this year. But shout to Tyrone Wheatley, a true Michigan legend. Go to the 92 Rose Bowl, and he disrespected Washington. Just watch that. I loved it.
Hey, Tyrone Wheatley was
Good
massive and could run, bro. He could fly, man. So
Right.
shout out
He
to
was
Tyrone Wheatley.
he ran track, man. He had track speed. The guy was elite, man. I'm just upset he didn't really pan out in the NFL, even though he played some years. But I thought he was going to be a real dog because Michigan was really the first. And I'm not saying the first, but schools that I saw that had these big, physical, fast running backs. You had him, you had A-Train, Ricky Powers, Biaka Batuka. I mean, Michigan always had that. Then they try to act like it was the SEC. Nah, Michigan always had them. And then we always had them hogs, man. We had the trenches. Michigan's O-line in the 90s produced nothing but NFL talent.
I mean, that's one thing. One thing that a lot of people forget in the modern era is the fact that Michigan's entire identity as a football program was established on the ground and pound game from back in those days to even coming into the modern era. We've always been run the rock first, throw in emergency, and I think that's something we need to get back to.
No doubt. Yeah, Tyrone Wheatley, a monster. Detroit Wolverines say he played against Wheatley in high school for 3 years and got ran over twice.
Listen, hey, look, that ain't nothing to be ashamed of, bro. At least it was Tyrone Wheatley. I can imagine why he was in high school, man. Yeah, man. But you know,
imagine standing across from like Derrick Henry in high school. That'd be scary.
Yeah. Insane. Anyway, though, be sure to follow us everywhere. The most sports, Maize Out Sports on some platforms. I gotta get that together. My guy, the Maniac, Go Blue _Maniac _24. But I'll let him talk about where you can find him in his social media.
Yes, right there. Go Blue _Maniac _24 on Instagram. Make sure you follow me there. That would take you to all my other social media outlets. And make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've been kind of slacking, but I'm about to pick up the pace. So subscribe. Makata.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lich Max, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
You can find me at Lich Max on all platforms. Some are Lich Max 626 like YouTube and Twitch, but on all platforms you can find me at Lich Max. And also you can find me right here at the Maize Out Sports Maize Out Monday show every Monday. And also over at Between the Hashes, we're still working on getting everything sorted out, but we'll be posting content coming soon, starting with the off season. We're looking to do some fantasy drafts to see what our favorite teams might be looking to draft come this draft season with the NFL.
No doubt. Follow me. What is my new joint? Sir _Thrizzleton on Twitter. I forgot it used to be so easy for me. Maize Madman everywhere, but Sir _Thrizzleton on Twitter. Follow me there. We'll be back next Monday with another one. Check out. We'll have some content on the channel for the rest of this week as well. Until next time, though, you know the slogan: stay angry, my friends. I'm up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock and all that. I just don't get it, son. And how the
Oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down. Good night, everybody.